afternoon, respected guests, senators, justices, President Goddard, Dr. Rogers, family, friends, faculty, staff, members of the 63rd Student Government Association, and my fellow Sycamore leaders. It's truly an honor to have the opportunity to speak to you this afternoon as the outgoing student body president, as we usher in the next generation of leaders with the 64th administration. On behalf of SGA, I want to thank everybody in attendance tonight for joining us for the celebration. Today is a bittersweet day as I reflect upon the last year of my life and look at what has been accomplished and what is to come. I am beyond grateful to have had the experience of serving my fellow students in this position. This year has been filled with so many learning opportunities and leadership, about myself, about what it takes to work with others. This role has shaped my life and my perspective in many meaningful ways that I am blessed to have worked with so many people who seek the same goals that I seek. Writing this speech felt different than any other speech I've made in the past. I was struggling with how to deliver a message that serves justice to all the intricacies of the previous year. In the past, I've always looked to deliver a message about hope for what is ahead in light of the struggles that have come. My attempt to give an inspiring message about the future. But today, I feel that I need to be more introspective and to deliver a message that highlights the last 12 months for all that they have been. There's a clip that I've watched on numerous occasions of President Jimmy Carter sitting at President-elect Ronald Reagan's inauguration. Carter's mind is noticeably caught up in something else. He's not focused on the event at hand. He's busy thinking about his job. He spent the last 444 days working to return 52 U.S. hostages from Iran. On Inauguration Day, Carter sat there as the hostages awaited release on the tarmac at a U.S. Air Force base in Germany. Carter was aware of this, and he knew that the hostages would not be released until President Reagan took office, when he was no longer President of the United States and would be, yet again, a civilian. As I've watched this, I've been captivated by the image of a man who seemingly should feel so unencumbered by the burden that had befallen him for the last 4 years, yet he sits and stews on the work that was not done. I questioned how President Carter could have felt that way, how a person would not feel relief knowing that life is about to get so much easier. And while I'm most certainly not trying to compare our student government to the U.S. presidency, I do feel that in a way I can now understand Carter on a deeper level. Because for a person who is invested in public service, the work is never done. There's always the question in the back of your mind of what's next, or if I only had a little more time, or what if I did this differently? It doesn't matter that there are mere minutes remaining in one position, because public service is a position in and of itself. Yes, titles will change, positions will vary, but the dedication to the role is a job that you cannot escape, whether you're a president forced to leave office at noon on January 20th, or an advocate changing positions for the 5th time. There's always a desire to do more, to do better, and to accomplish goals that you have set for yourself and others that have developed along the way. As I conclude my tenure in this role, I can now recognize that this is not the end of a mindset, of a notion of servitude, or the cessation of hard work. It is merely a change in the title without the change of heart. I look back on the work done in the 63rd administration, and I am pleased with the progress we've made. From the beginning, before I ever launched the campaign, I said that my goal was to create an internally focused administration that would center itself on relationships and on longevity. That is a goal that I am confident we've accomplished. The executive branch has been able to build stronger relationships with our SGA counterparts. With our Senate, we put aside previous struggles. We look forward to working in stride towards the amplification of student voices. Our judicial branch, which in August was essentially a non-functioning branch, has been revitalized to full staff with student leaders whose ambition is leading the charge on student support and accountability while taking in more cases than ever before. Together, we are stronger, and I can confidently say that we are poised as an organization to work together as a unified front for administrations to come. Of course, none of this would have been possible without the hard work and dedication of so many individuals who I will now attempt to do justice in thanking. Miles, thank you for your tireless dedication to your projects, working to provide more access to SGA scholarships and funding opportunities. Having a vice president that's always willing to listen and work for you is invaluable, and I'm incredibly grateful that you are that person for me. Kyle, your service to this administration is beyond appreciated, and there's no one else that would have rather had the role of chief of staff. I quite literally could not have done without leaning on you and on your advice. You ran with amazing efficiency, and I hope that the day comes where I need to call on the chief of staff again, because you will most certainly be receiving that phone call without hesitation. To the cabinet, platforms are nothing unless they can be enacted into effect. and all of you have strived to ensure that the goals of the 63rd were met. No amount of programming, logistics, or work could have been accomplished without your commitment to the positions and to our students. Neely, you and I may never find an issue that we agree on, other than we are both doing our best for those we represent. But that acknowledgement has been crucial to our relationship, and I am grateful that I've got to work with you and work with your son. Trey, I've watched you grow as a leader so much during the past year, and it's been a pleasure to work with you on that journey. I'm thrilled to see what you will do as chief of staff, and I'm excited that I'll be working with you in that capacity. Lastly, to my mom, dad, brothers, Cole and Gage, and Nick Campbell, thank you for being my emotional, supportive rock over the past year. Some days can be harder than others, and when the going gets tough and stress arises, I am blessed to have an amazing support system behind me, who I know will always help pick me back up when I'm down. Regardless of where I am in life or the position I hold, I rest assured knowing that I will always have my army of people behind me. I opened my inauguration speech by telling you that leadership is hard, that politics, even at a campus level, is hard, that people will lose sight of the fact that you're a real person. And after 1 year in this role, today I can tell you that leadership is hard. That politics and public service, no matter where you are or what you're doing, is hard. And that no matter how hard you try, people will still lose sight of you. But leadership is worth it. Fighting through the struggle is worth it. Taking the next step to serve others and do something greater than yourself is worth it. It will never be easy. It will never be perfect. You will have long days. You will have stressful nights. You'll fall short time and time again. Times will feel bleak, and you'll question your why, and you'll wonder how you're going to get up and do it all over again tomorrow. Your face will become marred by dust and sweat and blood. You will err. You will fail. But it is in these times that you must recognize that you are in the arena, that you're fighting for what you think is right. That while you are getting beaten down and struggling through your task, there are so many others who would never and will never have the strength to do what you do. You stay in the arena because you recognize that despite the failures, that despite the struggles and the hardships, that you will endure, and a day will come when you will triumph. When you will see the fruits of your labor pay off, when you will experience that great high achievement. A day where you will never be among those cold and timid souls who do not know victory or defeat. To anyone in this room today who seeks leadership, who feels the pull to take a leap of faith and put yourself in a position where you can serve others, take the leap. It does not matter how small the role or minuscule the impact, becoming a leader is one of the most important and valuable things you can ever do. It will not be easy, it will not be glorious, but it will be worth it without a doubt. Olivia, Campbell, and the 64th administration, I have full confidence that you will be amazing leaders. Remember that you were elected to these roles for a reason. God has a plan for your lives that's greater than any struggle that you will face. When the going gets tough, remember who you are, why you're here, and that despite it all, your leaders, that the triumph of high achievement is always right around the corner. Thank you for the opportunity to serve as your student body president, for the chance to improve my leadership abilities, and to serve the students of this wonderful institution. I recognize today that my leadership journey is far from over. Titles will change, but the work will continue. Regardless of where I am or where my public service leads me, I will forever be shaped by this role and by Indiana State University. Thank you, and God bless you.